All right, we're going in 5, 6, 7, 8. Welcome, guys. This was level 3. My name is Aris. I had a bunch of people help me out today. Jane's here for this part. And we talked a lot about connecting from our spine. Yeah, just the idea of like where this is happening, when it's happening. The first kind of part that we talked about was, as a leader, if I'm initiating energy, I'm not just going to step back with my left foot, and I'm not just going to pull with my arm. I'm going to be stepping off my right foot, so my weight's fully committed to my right. I'm pushing my spine, my whole spine, top to bottom, back. My hand's attached to it. That's what's giving me this lead. So through all my basic movements, I'm using this to provide energy. It's a very efficient body lead, and I can use this on all my just initiations on one. That's the first thing we talked about. For a follower, just the idea that we're going to be doing something similar, or the inverse of that, heading into count 4. So 1, 2, 3, and she's thinking about her spine going over her right foot on count 4. This is going to be a gradual connection. If I was following, and you can just leave your hand here, if I stepped back suddenly and landed on my heel, that would be a very abrupt connection. So I am using my front foot, my sending foot, to send my spine back over my receiving foot. This is going to be gradual. It's going to be light, potentially lighter at the beginning of 4, heavier at the end as my entire spine arrives over my right foot. All right? So we've got 1, 2, 3, and she's going back over her right foot, and then we're chilling here. Okay? We talked a little bit about how leaders do need to create a place that this momentum stops. I am thinking that my hand is going to stop moving toward my partner around count 4 for basic, and as a leader, I'm reflecting this as well. I do want to step over my left foot on 4, and that is with my entire spine moving 3, and I'm stepping over my left foot on 4. This is helping me provide a nice cushiony break for my partner, and now I'm going to hang out here and think about keeping this back away from them. So just on a basic, I lead, and we move back, and here we go, yeah? Now, in terms of compression, on something like a sugar push or sugar tuck, if I'm following, it's my right foot that is providing that, so my own weight, my spine progressing over my right foot is providing this connection to my leader. If I'm coming in for a sugar tuck, as the hand comes up, I'm thinking about the hand moving forward from the right side of my body, but really my spine progressing over my right foot. So we have that. And just kind of the awareness that, like, we lead up, we get compression here, the follower's pushing back, we absorb it, and we send it back the way it came, all right? So I'm not doing a harsh stop here. As a leader, I'm not pulling my hand way behind my own ear. I bring up the hand to a certain place between us. As the follower steps forward, I'm going to let this absorb, and then I'm going to redirect it. We had a great question about where this comes from. I would say probably like the most junior, like elementary way would be like using my arm like this. Beyond that, I can think about absorbing and redirecting from my body. So this could be like these muscles here, which is still better than like just using my arm, but it could be rotation. It could be taking a step back and a step forward. So there's this combination of elements. We talked a little bit about frame width as well. We had another great question about that. If I'm following, like, I want my hand to be just about 1 handbreadth over my forehead so that my leader can draw this halo. Hopefully my leader puts my hand here. Now, in terms of my own frame, like, I know I want my shoulders to be protected and just intact. So wherever in this range makes sense for me to have my hand at this height is good. I did advise that for most followers, if this was 90 and this was 180, like a 45-degree angle here in between, or that would be, sorry, 0 to 90, a 45-degree angle where it's like not straight in front of me, but slightly off to the side is probably a great place to start. And again, this angle here, the forearm is going to be closer to vertical for a follower. For a leader, we are turning our hand out, so we've got the thumb webbing facing the ceiling, not the middle fingers, and this makes it a lot easier to preserve that like base of the 2 middle fingers connection as we draw this halo around and bring it back. I don't need to pull the hand down at all. It will naturally slope down to the side just because my fingers wrapped around that corner. In terms of frame width, talking about inside roll, left side pass, this size of this halo is going to be customized to my follower's frame. It's like, if this was here, I'm almost like driving a car. This is a very small steering wheel. It could be a big steering wheel depending on like their own preferences and just literally how long their arms are. So like it might be a narrower or wider halo, all right? Now as we're descending, followers, so loud. On count 4 of all these, we're heading straight back. So even if we're coming out of rotation, I'm not going to fly out and lose my balance. I'm going to take this rotational energy and step back straight away from my leader on count 4. And as a leader, I'm going to help that. So she's going straight back. Great, perfect. As a leader, I'm going to help that by not having my hand drift out to the side. So I saw a lot of leaders having their, we're going to slot this way so they can see now. having their arms kind of swing out to the side at the end of 4, kind of like this. And like a follower needs to disengage their frame if they're not going to walk sideways. So just keeping in mind that like as I finish that rotation, I'm not pulling the hand down. It drops straight down to the side of this slot and the follower can take a step back. Finally, we talked a little bit about whip, just the idea that for leaders, I am leading out, sending my spine on 5 in this direction. And for followers, they can add energy by sending their own spine back and close. So they could take multiple steps back here, and then they're also going to send themselves back away on 6 because it's just like forward facing. That was the class. Thank you so much, guys. Hope it helped.